there are the European champions training in the background. It's FC Barcelona because we're in the Social Village Stadium in Lisbon, sporting stadium which is historic and somewhat beautiful, where Sporting won the Spanish title, Portuguese title last week, and they face Benfica on Sunday in their cup final. But before that, it's Barcelona-Arsenal in the Women's Champions League final. I will tell you this now, from the heart, watch the game. These occasions at the end of the last couple of seasons have become easily some of my favourite work. Not just now, but ever. One of the reasons is that in each of the last couple of years, there have been stories galore, and that counts in sport. So for example, Barcelona playing the absolutely exceptional Wolfsburg in Eindhoven 2 years, going 2-0 down, and then rallying brilliantly, not just heroically, but in a tactically shrewd way, to open up Wolfsburg and win the Champions League. Last year, it was in Bilbao. And although there's a big distance and it's not the easiest thing to travel between Catalonia and the Basque country, there were thousands and thousands and thousands of Barca fans who dominated San Mamés. Lyon brought fewer. The game was much tighter, much tougher, although the winning margin, 2-0 for Barcelona, sounds as if it was maybe easier than in Eindhoven the previous year, but it definitely was not. But above that, even though I list there the reasons in human stories why I've enjoyed these occasions so much, it's about the quality of the play. I bow to nobody. Man, woman, child, dog, cat, I don't care. You might say, well, women's football, it's not for me. At this level, watching these players, I think it should be. You make your own choices. They are utterly extraordinary in terms of technical skill, tactical ability, how they're trained, how they want to play. Often now, and I bored you all senseless, not deliberately, by saying I wasn't particularly impressed with the technical skills and daring and wit and invention on show in Bilbao. Having a ball. But in fact, right up close. But here in Lisbon, whether it's by Arsenal on show, with a Scottish leader, Kim, have a great game, and with Mariona Caldante, ex-Barcelona, in the ranks, whether it's by Arsenal or whether it's by Barcelona, the Spanish champions, the European champions, in their 5th consecutive final, and gunning for their 3rd win in a row, you'll see a fantastic game of football. I believe as well, it's a combining factor for me that the atmosphere at these games is so wonderful. Not a hint of bother or violence or disagreement, and also a family audience, a huge family audience. It is not by any stretch of the imagination grandmothers, mothers and daughters who come to these games. Right across Europe, men and boys who just love football being seen to be played with invention and caressing the ball and making sure that strategy and wit overcome fear and stalemate. There are every walk of society. Well, that's my badge, that's my club. Women's football is not only growing exponentially, it is often absolutely first class. You see so much intelligence on display, in my opinion. And what we've seen on display this season is quite a strange story, because to inherit a franchise, to try and keep it successful, but to impose your own ideas in any walk of life is difficult. And Pere Romeo is the guy who was, in recent seasons, the assistant coach, but Jonathan Giraldez went off to America. Pere Romeo has inherited Aitana, Alexia, Patri, has had to sell 2 fantastic English players in Kira Walsh and Lucy Bronze. Also lost Mariona Caldante to Arsenal themselves. I think Mariona, who recently won Player of the Season in England, will be Arsenal's Player of the Match tomorrow. She's so good. And yet, not only have they kept on winning, They've wrapped up the domestic title and the cup. They start as significant favourites here tomorrow. Now, if you didn't watch the semi-final, that was the proof of the pudding. Because Chelsea are extremely good rivals. What did they do in England? Finish the season unbeaten? Yeah. Barca put a 6-goal margin on them. It was extraordinary. Whirlwind football. Again, I go for words like inventive, full of wit, full of daring. It was 2 performances of utterly brilliant quality. And although it's a final, and although in a final nerves or incidents or pressure or tiredness can take over and let the less fancied team win, I'll stick my neck out not too far and say I think Barcelona will win it tomorrow. I think they're the significantly best team in the world for the moment. Footballers like Fridolina, Rofo, Mapi Leon, possibly my favourite female footballer ever, Aitana Bonmati in that argument. Claudia Pina, will she finally get on the pitch to start a Champions League final, having been on the bench I think 4, 5 times? Can Arsenal win it? I swear to you that wherever you watch your football, if you choose to put on the Women's Champions League final Saturday afternoon, you will see a cracker of a match. You won't regret it. In fact, you'll thank me. Join me. Post-match, I'll be giving you a breakdown of what I think happened, who I've spoken to. I spoke today to Ballon d'Or winner and world champion Alexia Putellas. Alexia, I said, after all these things you've been through, have you dealt with nerves or nerves? All week, she said. All week I've been feeling nervous. You won't see that tomorrow. Enjoy the game. Please tune in. Stay tuned.